The German economy is not doing great, and the automotive industry, which is the heart of German manufacturing, is struggling the most. Thousands of layoffs are happening and many are being planned. And I won't sugarcoat it. In 9 out of 10 cases, the first one to be pushed out would be an expat. Like it or not, this is the reality. Even if we take away racism or bias, expats are probably the easiest to let go. Mainly because most of you do not know your rights and are never really prepared for such situations. Just ask a German colleague of yours. They are already prepared for such a situation. So let me help make you one of the most difficult people to fire in your company. By the way, if you're new here, my name is Essen and on this channel we discuss how to thrive in Germany. Okay, the first thing you must do is get professional legal insurance. This helps you get legal help in disputes between you and your employer. Let me tell you why it's necessary. Let's say you get a termination notice. What will you do? First, you will Google termination notice in Germany, what to do, and you'll probably find this video. Hopefully you watch this video before such a thing happens, and even if you don't find this video, the most common advice would be to discuss this with a lawyer. And guess what? Getting a lawyer is expensive, especially when you know that your source of income is about to stop. So you would simply ask ChatGPT or Claude to translate the document and do something you shouldn't, because AI can point you in the right direction, but not always. That's why legal insurance is something that you should get as soon as possible, because there is a big problem if you get it too late. With most legal insurance policies, there is a waiting phase explicitly for this reason, meaning that if you get legal insurance after getting fired, you might not get support immediately, making it useless. Most insurances have a waiting period of 3 to 6 months. So my recommendation is very simple. If your company is struggling, and especially if your company has anything to do with the automotive industry, even if it's in direct relation, you should get legal insurance as soon as possible. You can use this QR code or the first link in the description to get my current recommendation. Even if you don't get this specific one, you should get one. And let me tell you why. A couple of months ago, a friend of mine got a termination letter. Thankfully, he had legal insurance, so he forwarded the letter directly to a lawyer, which was suggested by the insurance provider. I won't go into every single detail, but under normal circumstances, he would have gotten 1 month's salary for each year he worked in the company. But his final severance deal got him 2 months' salary for each year he worked there, plus 3 months of garden leave. So not only did he get double the amount, he also got valuable time to go and look for a job. Unfortunately, it took him 5 months to find another job. This is where his lawyer did a great job, because usually when you get a severance deal, you are locked out of the Arbeitslosengeld for 3 months. But the language in the deal was put in a way that he got the unemployment benefits directly after the garden leave. Now, you could negotiate a deal yourself, but no offense, the HR would take a lawyer way more seriously than you. Please hit the like button if you're getting value from this video, and let me know in the comments at what euro amount per month is a legal insurance too expensive for you. And if you have one, let me know which one do you have. Okay, maybe you don't want to escalate things and don't want to involve a lawyer, or maybe you want to keep your job. What can you do? I want to be very real with you. If you get a termination notice, this means that your manager either was directly involved in the decision or did not stand up for you. And in very rare cases, they are also getting let go. In any case, I don't think it's a good decision to keep on fighting, to stay at a place that does not want to have you. There is a case where you should stay as long as possible, which I'll discuss in a moment, but let's say you got a termination letter. If it totally comes out of nowhere, you probably missed out on some obvious clues. So what am I talking about? Well, as an employee, you should have a basic idea of how your company is doing financially. In bigger companies, it's easier to find out how a company is doing. For example, Volkswagen is planning a couple of things. So if you are in Huawei, or if your company has direct projects with Huawei, you should be very careful. This is only one example, but hopefully you get the idea. For smaller companies, it's a different story. But each company issues official numbers. If not publicly, there are meetings where numbers are discussed with regular employees. So even if you are unaware, a colleague must know about it. So stay vigilant and never think you are irreplaceable. Coming back to a previous point of not fighting to stay in a company, a couple of years ago, I got an email from, let's call him Adam. Adam got a termination letter, not because of his performance, but just because the company wanted to phase out a product and they were closing a branch. Adam fought tooth and nail, and with the help of his lawyer, he was even able to keep his job. But as his department was no longer there, he was moved into another one. And this is where his nightmare started. The new manager was forced to keep Adam, and the manager did not like it a bit. Long story short, the manager made Adam's life a living hell. Unfortunately, Adam had to quit in 2 months. And because he quit, he was locked out of Arbeitslosengeld for 3 months. So going from getting a severance package to being unable to get employment benefits, that is a very tough pill to swallow. That's why sometimes it's better to let things go and take the package and leave. But sometimes you have to fight. A while back, I made a video on a deal Aldi was offering their tech department. Their severance deal was amazing. Most people would be happy to get it. But as I said in that video, there are some people who should try to stick around in the company for as long as possible. And those are people who have their visa directly attached with their job. Not in every case, but let's say if you have a blue card and have applied for PR, or you are near the 21-month limit for the PR application. Perhaps you have applied for a spouse visa and losing the job could cause the application to be rejected. These are the cases where it makes sense to stay a bit longer, even if you might expect some toxic behavior in your company. Because if you are on a regular work permit or blue card, this means losing the job would give you a very short time to find a replacement. In most cases, it's 3 months or less. And in this job environment, it's very difficult to find something in such a short amount of time. That's why it would make sense to survive until you get your PR. Check out the first link in the description or this QR code to get legal insurance. If you use my recommendation, I'll get a small commission at no additional cost to you. These things help me continue making videos on this channel. If you want to know more about the Aldi severance offer and my detailed opinions on what one should do if they get a similar offer, you can watch this video. And in this video, I share exactly how much euros you need to invest if you want to live entirely off dividends.